What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm just gonna vent about something that's been on my mind for a long time. I'm not a fan of woke culture and political correctness at all. It feels like it's putting people in this prison in society. I see it all the time now, especially in online conversations. People have to tiptoe around everything. They censor every part of themselves. To me, that's not being true to yourself. That's not being real. People need to be able to express their thoughts accurately without pussyfooting around everything. I like when people are open, vulnerable, and easy to talk to. But if you want to actually connect with someone, you have to be willing to say what needs to be said. You have to address things out loud. Censorship holds all of that back. People need to realize that having these real conversations is important. Thankfully, it feels like woke culture is slowing down a bit and people are chilling out some. But back then, it was more in your face. And it felt unbearable. You couldn't get the true, purest form of a human being because wokeness was always in the back of your mind. You felt like you couldn't express your real thoughts without being trapped in this cage. I didn't even make friends easily because I was always thinking, what if they believe in all of that wokeness and political correctness thing? I had a friend once who was deep into it, and talking to him became unbearable. Everything would offend him. People wake up offended every single day now. It's like they're offended by every single thing. The funny part is these woke individuals try so hard to change history and act like perfect saints, but you can never really be completely woke. There are probably words you're still using without even knowing the implications. It turns people into hypocrites. They don't understand nuance. The world feels very lost nowadays. People are offended by every single thing every day. It doesn't feel right. It feels like a completely fake world. You're always waking up trying to find something new to be offended by, even things you shouldn't be offended about. That makes conversations unbearable because there's always someone who's going to get mad at something you say. So I think it's important to just say what you need to say instead of holding back and trying to please everyone by saying the right thing all the time. We don't always say the right thing, and that's part of being human, but now it feels forbidden to be human. It's wrong to mess up, wrong to make mistakes. That's what's making people feel so lost. Holding things back inside isn't healthy. If you hold back the truth, you're not being candid or truly yourself. This is why people need to be more open, more expressive, more outspoken. Don't tame it, don't turn it down. Be as loud and expressive as possible. When you're not being expressive, you're disappointing yourself and holding back the realest part of who you are. Society is messed up with how easily offended everyone is. I get holding people accountable for real wrongdoings, but it went way too far. Really, really far. Now you feel like you can't really say anything. Someone would probably get offended if you said you like the yellow Teletubby more than the purple one. Yeah, it's ridiculous, isn't it? Thankfully, culture seems to be coming back to normal a bit. Humor especially. It used to be so tame and woke humor is probably the worst thing in the world. I'm not a fan. Humor has always been about making fun of things, poking at life. That's how it's been since ancient times. It wasn't mean-spirited, it was just people entertaining themselves and expressing themselves. Now you can't even do that without hiding parts of yourself. People need to laugh more. If the world is in chaos and darkness, we need humor even more. If people laughed more and had more fun, the world would be a much better place, much better place. But some people make everything so complicated and difficult. Take a chill pill, watch funny movies, laugh and enjoy yourself. It's not that hard, is it? This is why I can't really watch a lot of new movies. They're too politically correct, too polite. I love 90s movies and early 2000s stuff because back then people weren't so offended by everything. They were actually having fun. People weren't content prisoners trying to be woke all the time. Life felt better because everyone wasn't so hyper-aware and stressed out. People forgot how to laugh at themselves and just be happy. Culture itself feels too woke now. You can't be the truest version of yourself. People act like they need permission to be happy, crazy, free. We're not even allowed to be ourselves anymore. Culture is scaring people into silence. They're scared of being judged, watched, or blamed for something they didn't even say. I have this theory that this is why so many people are unhappy and miserable, and especially online. If there was more humor, more people with each other, more more laughing with each other, more self-deprecating humor, it would be healing. Laughing is medicine, but woke humor isn't real humor. And I said what I said. A lot of this feels performative too. People probably don't even like all this wokeness, but they pretend they do because everyone else seems to. They're secretly hating it but not brave enough to speak up. That's the worst part. People are so scared to say what they truly believe. You should be able to speak up. You should be able to say exactly what you think. For me, I've always believed people should have their real thoughts. You shouldn't be punished for having genuine, authentic opinions. Everybody deserves their own perspective. I don't need everyone to agree with me. I'm not saying what's popular right now, and that's fine. Being too real isn't popular these days. This performative stuff is hurting culture, hurting society, hurting all of us. People need to push back. We need to remember what really matters: freedom of speech, freedom of expression, being yourself, standing up for others who feel lost and voiceless. We need to allow ourselves to be free and truthful with each other. That's what's going to save us. At the end of the day, wokeness and political correctness are deeply hypocritical. A lot of these people act like perfect saints, but they're pointing fingers at everyone else instead of looking at themselves. They've probably messed up in the past too, but instead of admitting it, they play holier than thou. It's very strange. Yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at with all of this. It's getting ridiculous how long we've let it go on. Yeah, we should be a better society by now, but somehow we got lost along the way. Hopefully more people start seeing it and we can get back to being real. But that's all I had to say for now. So, goodbye. See you in the next video.